Hi, welcome. A big hello to you. And I just want to let you know how excited I am to be here today with you. This is my very first video. And I just want to make sure I get this started and get this going and get this done. So I've actually got a dog on my lap now. I got a few notes in front of me, but I have to do this. And I just want to get this started. All I've got is my phone in front of me, but I'm going to get this done today, right now. My male dog is in his crate over there. He's caged up in his crate, so he's good. My female right here, she's actually kind of on my lap right now. I walked them both earlier this morning, and she was for 2 hours led over there. And now all of a sudden she's digging her nose in here as I'm setting this up. But like I said, I'm going to get this going. I hope you're doing great. So what am I doing here, and why am I here? The answer, pure and simple, is I'm here for you. And I know that I have to be doing this now. What we're going to talk about and go over, this is my passion. This is what I love. This is what I talk about. And this is just the life I'm living. And I want to include you in this. I hope that as you see this evolve, you follow through and you watch this journey. It's really going to be a journey. This is just a start point right here. I don't know what I can cover and how deeply we can go into anything, but I'm definitely going to get into a number of topics. We'll scratch the surface. We'll start laying a foundation, and we're going to move on from there. But I'm hoping that this can be inspiration to you. And I know that there's so many great people like you out there, very smart. I'm going to be able to also learn so much from you. So do all of those great things, please. Like, subscribe, comment on here. I want to be able to interact with you. You are going to be a major part of this. In the future, I'm hoping that I'll have other people talking with us. We'll have guests, all of that stuff, but we're going to have some great conversations. It's just going to be a little bit general in the beginning. It's going to be a little simplistic, but that's okay. We're going to start digging very deep. It's going to be some heavy subject matter, but I just want you guys to hang in there and stay with me through this, okay? So we will get into some deep topics here. So what I want this to also be for you is a spark, all right? I want you to use this to, I hope this sparks some thoughts inside you and stirs up some stuff in you and gets you passionate about things as well. And I hope that it just sparks a conversation with you, with others. Share this and have a talk with a friend, have a conversation with a stranger, right? I hope that this gets you to think about things deeply and stirs something up with you and your own community. And we'll share about that. Comment, let me know how that kind of stuff goes, please. I'm hoping that you're feeling really great, because like I said, this is about you, and I want to help you find what you're looking for. I want you to be your best self, and you remind me as well. Hold me accountable, please. I may look like I'm in my 30s, 35-year-old, but I'm getting a little bit older now. I'm way into my 50s, and I got to start looking after myself a little bit better. I got a coffee right here. I'm definitely a little bit tired, and I want to make sure I give you my best. I've been feeling ill for about 3 weeks, in fact, but I'm just pulling through it. My back was starting to hurt me. I think it was just the organs in my back were aching and paining me. So I was a little worried, but they're feeling much better today. And like I said, I hope you're feeling great. It's not always easy. There's a lot of trials and tribulations in this life. I know that. And the thing that we have to remember is that you are in control of how you feel. Right? Don't ever forget that. You're in control of that. So try your best to concentrate on the good things in your life, and that leads you to a happy place rather than to the alternative to that, which we do not want. Okay? So I know that we can get down. Life can get the better of us, right? I've done that myself. I've had to go through a lot to get myself to where I am today. And you may have to do the same. You may have already done it. And like I said, that's amazing. I want you to comment, interact with me, and we're going to learn together, okay? So listen up and just get ready to do some work. You got to learn some things if you haven't already, okay? You got to put in your personal work, as I still do. And we're going to both hold each other accountable. And like I said, we're going to take this journey together. So thank you for being on board. I appreciate you so much. I just want to ask you a question though, and that's really, what do you know about even yourself, who you are, how you fit into this world? Have you questioned that yet much yourself? I mean, what do you think you are? Just, are you this? Just, are you your flesh, your blood, a black body, white, yellow, brown? Is that what you are? Is that how you're categorized? What has shaped you, given the opinions you have today? You know, we're born. I was. We open our eyes, we don't remember anything. And then we have our parents, our families. They teach us behaviors, ways of being, our schools, the authorities, the government, the mass media. You know, what are we? Are we a product of their opinions and the information that they're giving out? You know, what forms us? So it's very easy to be confused. It's very easy to get depressed and be unhappy. I mean, the movies, the media, TV, they're telling us who we are and how we should behave. And so I want you to start looking really closely. That's kind of what we're doing. We're looking very closely at who we really are, what we've been taught. So what I want you to do, I want you to wake up and I want you to smell the coffee. I want you to understand the extent to which we've been deceived. The level of deception is incredible. It's astounding, the lies that are being told to us. If you don't already know this, please start searching things out, start trying to understand, because you're going to be shocked. All right, you'll be shocked, because this is real. This is really happening to you and me. We're living this. It's real. It's no joke. All right. I mean, look, I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot write a crazier movie than the world and life you and I find ourselves living in. It's insanity out there. The movies that we're watching, that we're thinking are make-believe, they're just what's really happening in the world around us. So please, if you haven't already, and I'm sure that most of you are, I need you to wake up I want you to understand what's happening to you and around you and the lies that are being said to us. So where are we today, now? Like I told you, I'm in my mid-50s now, and I couldn't help it. I had to do this, and that's why I am doing this now, reaching out to you. It's my responsibility. But about 6 years ago, everything that I had been taught, I just got to a point where I was completely fed up. I mean, are you there now? Were you there before? Are you close to that? I was just completely disillusioned with my life. Everything I'd been taught, what I was doing each day, I just knew, and I knew this from a very, very young age, that there was way more to life than what I was doing and what I was participating in. It just, for whatever reason, it wasn't fulfilling. And what I want to say to you, I want to encourage you, and I want to be able to say to you that I believe that there is something that we can do, that you can do, that there's answers, that there's solutions. And I want us to work together, communicate together, talk, have conversations, and we're going to discover these things to do. We're going to discover these solutions. All right. I truly believe that there's stuff we can do and there's answers and solutions. So I got to this point where I was completely fed up and I needed to get real answers to questions I had. There was nobody providing any answer to me for any questions I had. Schools, academia, whomever. But I just was totally absorbed by it. I was absorbing all the information I could get. Alternative information, alternative media, and alternative history. Learning about the history of man, how we got to where we are today, how the government, the human systems work, our real histories, what happened to us, what was done to us. How did we find ourselves where we are today? That was what I was completely absorbed by that. I couldn't think about anything else. When I'd go to work, I'm working while I'm listening to other things and thinking about other things. I had no interest in the world I was living in. Right? I mean, are you there? Are you completely fed up like I was? Maybe you've been right there before, you're there right now. And maybe you've already started on your journey. But it was a complete epiphany to me when I started searching beyond what was being spoon-fed to me by the world that was out there, the world that we're immersed by as soon as we go out our front door, the world we work in, the way we interact with each other, the world system. It's doing it to you, and it's spoon feeding you and trying to tell you who you are and the way you're going to think and what you're going to do. And I could sense that intuitively and feel that since I was a young child. I'll tell you more and more stories because it's great. It's so fun to think back, and it's interesting to go over these little things. And please, like I say, share with me your stories, educate me on the things that you've done, which you feel are good to add to here. Please do. But like I said, I believe that there's really solutions for us, and we're going to find it. We're going to find answers, and we're going to implement them. So, you know, it's our responsibility together, and it's an obligation to do this. All right. So I'm going to inspire you, and I want you to do the same to me. Inspire me and let's do this together, okay? So let's hold on tight, and please, what I want you to do as we explore, talk about things, I want you to keep an open mind. This is the most important thing, is you have to keep an open mind. As I started listening to other people, there was one person that I first started to really absorb his work. And he always used to say that your mind is like a parachute. It doesn't work if it's not open. Okay, so do not discount anything. Keep an open mind to anything. If you're disregarding something right now, you think it doesn't quite make sense, or you don't want to entertain that right now, it doesn't settle with you quite correctly, and you want to turn your back on what was said, on that opinion, on that idea, don't. Okay, don't do that. Keep an open mind, and maybe, because this has happened to me, and does happen to me often, there's something that you don't want to listen to now, or it doesn't make sense right now, but you know what? Later down the road, you get another piece of the puzzle, more pieces, and it makes sense. And you see how it works out, and you now are of that opinion. So keep an open mind to everything, please. Okay, that's work. And make sure that you start doing your homework and doing your own research. Do not just take for granted what you've ever been told and taught. You're going to find out that a lot of what you're told and taught was lies. Okay, it's incredible. It's absolutely amazing and incredible. And it's the truth. Okay, I'm not lying to you. My responsibility is to be honest to you and to tell you the truth, to tell you how it is, how it truly resonates in me. And I'm not going to hold back. Zeus, I'm not going to hold back anything from you. All right? That's not who I am. I'm not going to hold anything back from you, and I'm never going to lie to you. So, believe me, sorry, I got a little bit distracted. My doggies right here, and they're big dogs. So when they move around, it distracts me. But I'm going to work through it. I have to. I need to get this done. I need to speak with you and continue it. I don't even know how to edit, and I'm not going to bother. So you're going to get all the raw footage. But as we go through this together, keep an open mind. And if I didn't give the disclaimer already, I don't mean to upset anybody with the things I say. I care deeply about every single one of you. But I've just learned already that there's certain things that are going on. And it's actually happening today, especially where we're giving grace to things that maybe we shouldn't. It would be better to face it and tell the truth and deal with things head on rather than sugarcoating things. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If I say or do anything today, please don't be offended. I want you to reach out to me, contact me. I'm ready to talk about everything, because if I've said something wrong and I have to correct that, I'm going to be stand-up guy, and that's what I want to do. So thank you for bearing with me. Okay. Stay with me. I hope I haven't lost anybody. Keep up with me, because we got to start getting into what's happening around us and look at it deeply. And now, I was blessed. I had a lot of great experiences in my life. It's been unbelievable what has happened in my life. It's been crazy. I've lived in a couple of countries, and I have experienced many countries. I've experienced different cultures, different types of people. I grew up in the UK. There was a lot of different cultures in my family. My father was an Englishman, and my mom was Indo-Asian. She's from Sri Lanka. And I grew up with visiting people all around the globe. Those people visiting me and spending time in my house. And my family was very mixed, and it was an amazing way to grow up. It afforded me the opportunity to be who I am, I suppose, and so I'm very open-minded. I count my blessings for what my mother gave to me and what my father gave to me, and I'm amazed at this amazing life we're in. So we may talk about some disheartening topics, but believe me, I'm thrilled at this life. This life is amazing. What's happening around us is so interesting. This is the most interesting time I can imagine being alive. So, did you hear what I just said? Seriously, think about it. Like, don't be down. Do something, get yourself up, get yourself happy. Go exercise, go chat to your friend, right? Because these are amazing times. Let's be thrilled by what's happening. I'm absolutely thrilled by what's going on around me, and I'm going to share it with you, right? So it's really happening. This is real. It's really happening. You know, this world, what's going on, it's almost unexplainable, and you almost can't believe that the things we're going to talk about are happening, but they are, right? It seems sometimes like we are going backwards. Society is degrading. Morals are degrading. Our level of our intellectual capacity is going down the toilets. It just seems very clear to me. I'm alive like you are. Every single day I'm watching what's happening in the world, the choices that are being made. It's frightening. It's scary. Okay? It's truly scary. If you've got any kind of normal moral mind, you're going to be terrified. And we have to talk about it, not because we're trying to be negative, but we need to recognize it. So wake up, understand what's happening, recognize it, and then let's think about what the solutions are, because our leaders, and this is all around the world, our leaders are idiotic. They're making insane decisions. If you've got any normal mind and you just think for a second about the choices being made, wars, what's happening, it's ridiculous. You cannot explain it. There's no wisdom in what our leaders are doing. It's clear. Where they think they're leading us, I don't know. You tell me, right? Comment. You let me know. I'm going to keep up with it and I'm going to listen to you. But what is clear is that they're doing this to you and me. It's being done to us it's a real agenda against you. If you don't recognize that, please, start that work there. You know, it's they're trying to desensitize you. They're trying to normalize outrageous things. Look at music videos. Look at your musicians, the movie stars. What's going on our TV shows, in the movies, entertainment. I mean, this is the first place you really see all of this. But you know, they're trying to make the abnormal palatable to you. The LGBTQ agenda, it's clearly an agenda. It's pushed down your throat. It's pushed on our young children. Clearly. Sexual books in our children's schools, the libraries. You're talking about explicit sex scenes in young children's books. And they're trying to tell you who you are. The schools, the entertainment, the government, they're trying to tell you who you are. You're racist. If you disagree with what's going on, you're a bigot. And they're trying to divide you. They're trying to make us be against each other, be in conflict. This is what's happening. And I'm sorry to sound a little bit down with that, but you need to recognize it. And I'm sure you do. Please be involved. Comment. You know where I'm going with this, right? Okay. You're going to follow this journey. You're going to know where I'm going with this and what's being said and where we're leading to. But regardless, I can't sugarcoat it. It's my responsibility. I told you I'm here to be here for you. And I just got to call things out for what they are. And I'll do that. People are selling you out. They're selling me out. They're paid actors pushing agendas. You know who these people are. You watch them all day long, just like I do. They're paid actors. They've sold out and they're pushing agendas. World agendas. This is happening everywhere, in every country. In each country with all the different languages. It's everywhere now. And this is why I'm here connecting to you. For me, it's emergency level. Alarm bells are ringing. And we're going to do something about it. There's a solution. Okay? So you're going to contribute to this. All right? You just got to look. Take a look at what's happening in the UK. The UK government, I've never seen anything like this. This would have never happened. Not even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when I was growing up there, you would have never seen this happening. The UK government is clearly doing things that are not just not beneficial to the citizens of that country, but detrimental to the citizens of that country, clearly harming them. With the immigration, and it's the government doing it. I'm not here to talk about religions or bash anybody or bash any religions, but the UK brought in so many immigrants from Africa, Europe, other parts of the world, predominantly Muslim people. They flooded the country, and all of those channels were facilitated by the government, reaching out, coordinating with the other countries, opening up and putting the manpower there to make the channels be open and helping those channels to get the people over and in, and then to disperse them into the different cities in the UK. They're putting them up in free housing. They're giving them food. They're protecting them. The things that were going on were criminal by the UK government. They were not protecting the young women and children of the UK. The young UK girls were being gang raped, kidnapped, held for months sometimes, I think. And the police would even know where they were and wouldn't go get them and wouldn't help. They did not want to do anything that was deemed untoward to the Muslim populace there. That's insanity. The police were coming down on the UK residents. And again, this isn't about religions. This isn't about colors of skin, any of that stuff. It's just about absurd behavior. And they were coming down on the UK folk who were complaining about what was going on and trying to hold the authorities, the government, and the police accountable. People were going to jail for tweets, just for tweeting something, for typing something. They were going to jail because they were just voicing frustration about the Muslim populace. So say hate speech, go to jail. One guy was jailed for almost 2 years for just voicing his displeasure at how the Muslim communities were being allowed to get away with murder. And they were. They were literally getting away with murder, killing people, murdering people, raping women, and the police were doing nothing. And it was done by the UK government. And they lied about it, covered it up, but it's obviously slowly coming out. Look at that. And look at the same is all over the world. Look at the US. Okay? I'm here, I see it. This isn't about certain administrations because they're all the same. This is what you got to start understanding, right? There's no left or right. Come on, wake up. Smell the coffee. There's no left or right. It's all the same agenda being played out. You don't have a choice. They're selected. You don't vote anybody in, okay? I'm sure of that. So just look at the US, right? Sleepy Joe. Open borders for 4 years, bringing the people in. What was the agenda? What is going to benefit the states, United States, by flooding the country with illegal immigrants? They had some reason why. We can theorize. Let me know your thoughts on it. And look, I was an immigrant, so and listen to what I'm saying. But it's just not normal behavior, is what I'm pointing out. Same thing. The US administration was flooding in illegal immigrants and allowing it, and not only allowing it, facilitating it, funding it, flying the people to all the different cities, busing them to all the different cities, providing credit cards, free phones. I think that pretty much everybody took advantage of the healthcare system. All right. Of course, it's going to cause conflict. There's people struggling in these countries who can't even really get the help they need. And then they see all of these illegal immigrants who are being given everything. It just creates a really bad environment. And to see it happen right in front of your eyes, to see the deception and the lies around these matters, it was mind-blowing. To actually see it play out and to see the level of deception is unbelievable. But what's really terrifying though is just seeing, because I see it, what's happening very clearly is these nations which were built, and I grew up in these nations as a youngster, especially like my parents and the generations before, they thought they were building something that had value, something that was sustainable, and something that was righteous and worthy. They really felt they were building something. And you just see how these countries are being destroyed from within. It's being destroyed and eaten up from within. And it's just disconcerting to see it happen. But I understand why. I can actually understand why. Please, again, comment. Let me hear your own thoughts on this. Tell me what you think as to why, right? I know how smart you are all out there, and I know you've got really great opinions on this. So we're going to go to a destination with this together. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to this immensely. But the number one thing that we have to do here with all of this is to see how things really work, to see how the world really is working. Not the facade, but what's the real mechanics underneath the hood. And there's so many people doing great work out there. I'm going to start giving you some names of people to look at. I'm going to, right now, Mark Devlin does some really, really outstanding work. He exposes, and it's interesting too. It's, you'll like it because he deals with famous people, music artists, actors, all that stuff. So it's all the people that we want to know about, and he uncovers their history, their family, where they've come from, what they've done, and how they got to where they're at, and what they're really doing. And take a look at some of his work. Mark Devlin, phenomenal. Right, so we're starting to wake up. Right. I know it's hard. I know it's hard to, if you're maybe not inclined, but that's why I'm here. I want to encourage you and inspire you, but you got to see through your daily life, please. I know we're all busy, but what are we busy doing each minute of our day? Okay? We're busy doing BS. Most of our jobs are silly. Some of it's integral to how we manage to live our lives. I grant us that. But a lot of it is just BS. It's just making turning the cogs of this machine, making sure that we're productive, that we have stuff to consume. It's just feeding the machine, feeding the beast is what it is. So we're busy doing nothing most of the time, chasing the dollar, that world system, right? And so I just want you to see what's really happening. And we're going to learn through everything together, because there is something meaningful that we can do. There really is. I know that we talk like this now. You know, you hear this often on a lot of the people you watch. You'll hear it in your daily life, how it seems like people are and they can identify an enemy, an adversary. And I agree with that. I believe we can. I believe we do have an enemy. But what I want you to do, please, is we got to do the little thing. Now, this, what I'm saying here, is important. We got to do the little things that start bringing the solution, the things that are the answer. We got to start investing our time there. And it's not so easy. I've been the worst for this. So hold me accountable, please, and inspire me to do the right thing. But we cannot be doing what the enemy wants. Okay? Don't be tricked. Right? Because it's easy. It's easy to get sucked in. You got to stop all the petty fighting. Okay? Don't get tricked into doing what we're being tricked to do. You know, was saying this a little bit earlier. There's no political sides. You know, forget about it. If you're hating on Donald Trump, if you're whining about the woke liberals, you're falling into the trap, right? Stop the division. We got to stop the division. We have to find the way to be united. Okay? We got to stop the racial divisions. We're being spoon-fed information to agitate us. Okay? To incite the racial division. See through it, please. Please, okay? Come together with the other people that are not similar to you, with different color skins, with different accents. Okay? Find a way to unite, find common ground. That's what we have to do. Okay? We're in this together. Me and you are in this together. We're all in this together. So please share this, start talking about this. This has to be done, all of us together. You know, the enemy wants the worst for us, right? The enemy wants the worst for us. They want to bring out all our worst behaviors, all of your bad thoughts. This world system is geared to bring out the worst in you, your bad thoughts, your bad feelings. Ugh. Make you be insulated, to be isolated, right? Stop that. Reach out to somebody. You got to do things together. All right. So let's stop the divisions. All right. This is what we have to do. Okay. We got to do the positive. Right? We're presented with the negative. So you got to do the positive. Okay? So do this for me, please. Right? Please do this. Do this. You got to be selfless, and I want you to reach out to someone. Okay? Please do that for me. That's why I'm here, to push you right now. This is the important part. Be selfless. Okay? I know that so many of you do great things. And like I said, I've been the worst. So push me, right? So many of you are doing great things already, contributing, being helpful. And thank you. Thank you so much for being those people who are doing that. But start doing something. You know, do great things. Go see that person you've been meaning to catch up with for a little while. Do it today. Go out there. Go visit them. Pick up your phone. Do it today. Call that person that you've been putting off making that call. Reach out to them. Say hi. Say, how are you? I hope you're well. What have you been doing? How have you been doing? How is everything? Right? Sometimes it sounds hard even to say that, right? But you got to do it. That needs to become normal for us. Okay? Get back that real human behavior, please. Right? This is part of the plan of action, the stuff that you can do. And so you're going to do it. I'm going to do it. Do a selfless act. The things that are going to make you feel good are going to be the selfless acts. It's going to make you feel great. Okay? Do it for that selfish reason then. But do selfless acts. Okay? And please, help me to do it as well. Please. So, I'm going to try and come up with more positive things for you all the time to do. But that part there was very important. And I got to keep going because I got to be able to get all of this done. Because I'll talk forever. I get really passionate about all these things. And it's a little bit hard because I'm trying to construct things in a meaningful way without a real conversation. It's a little tricky, but I'm doing it for you because I love doing this and I love doing this for you. But please, just believe me when I say that this is happening, okay? Because there's there are no conspiracy theories, right? The conspiracy theories are conspiracy facts. That's what's happening. All of the conspiracy theories that we've seen, they're not conspiracy theories. They're all coming true. They're all becoming uncovered. Okay, so what's the conspiracy theories? They're all true. You know the conspiracy theory. Even the word was created by the CIA, after the JFK shooting in order to deflect from what they did and what they had been involved in. And that's basically what conspiracy theories are, basically, is all the things that need to be truly looked at because they're horrible things that are going on and being done to us, right? So these things are really happening, okay? They're for real. And they're very important. Just go outside and take a look around. Take a look in the sky. Look at, we've heard this a lot in the past few years, and we probably don't put enough focus on this. Look at chemtrails. Do you understand what we're saying when we talk about that? And we talk about it, but we feel helpless. I know that's why it's almost like there's nothing you can do, right? Which is why I was saying that I had given up on getting any solutions and any answers from mankind and the world I grew up in. There's no solution coming from there. The issues are coming from there. So how are you going to get the help and the answers from the thing that's causing all the problems? That's insanity itself to think that way. So look at chemtrails. They're real. It's really happening, folks. There's the girl. She's a whistleblower. She put real light on this. There's evidence for all of these things that we're going to talk about. Her name was Kristen Megan, and she was in the military. She was a pilot. I believe she was actually doing it. She was up in, and they do it on an industrial level, industrial scale. You're talking about one plane can put in like hundreds of tons into the air. Hundreds of tons. So she was flying up in the air in the military, massive planes, putting chemicals in the air. Someone started to bring it to her attention and she started to investigate it, and she was absolutely shocked because she was thinking, what are you talking about? How can I be doing something bad? And she started looking into it and she was shocked because they're putting poisonous substances into the air. Why is the government doing that to you and me? Heavy metals, all kinds of other toxic substances. Why? So we're breathing it in. It's landing on our land. It's going in to the soil through water and rain. It's going into our food, our drinking system. We're ingesting it. We're breathing it in. Who does that? Right? Do you see where I'm going with this? When you start understanding and you grab all the pieces of the puzzle and you start putting it together, you start seeing a greater picture. I'm wanting to paint a greater picture for you. We're going to be artists, and we're putting a montage together, a much clearer picture, so that we can start getting a solution and answers. Right? Another person that I used to listen to, he said it was an absolute travesty what was done to the human family. Okay, note the words human family, not any individuals, not any group, okay? The human family, all of us. It's an absolute travesty what is being done to us, what was done, what's continuing to be done right now, and is happening to us. It's a tragedy what is happening to the human family every single day. So we're going to come together and we're going to do something about it. Okay? This is amazing. It's glorious. Spread this. This is our work. This is what we have to do. Okay? Just look at the agendas being shoved down your throat. I'm so blessed. right? We're talking about some really heavy stuff, but I want you to find your own special place. I got a dog. I don't know if you can see her, but she's on my lap now. She's a big old girl and she loves me and I love her terribly too. I have two children, older teenagers. I have an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I love them dearly. And I've been so blessed to have a life where I could share myself with my two girls. It's been amazing, and that's my safe space. It really brings tears to my eyes how beautiful life is and relationships. I'm so loved by my girls, and I have the greatest relationship with them. And so find your special place, be around those people that care for you and that you love. And through this stuff that we're talking about, make sure you have a safe haven. Make sure you're you're in an environment full of love. You've got people that you know love you and care for you. And you can also share your love with them because it's so special, right? It's beautiful. And anyway, when my two girls were a little bit younger, they were going through high school. You cannot believe what's being taught in our schools. It's insanity. In fact, our educational system, higher education, I think even more so, but they love to prey on the young, don't they? They love to prey on the little kids. But even, especially in the high academia, the universities, they're funded by horrible people pushing agendas. I mean, I can't believe that this would even happen in in the schools when I was younger, growing up. But you've obviously got. Let me start with the furries, but they would call them furries. My children would say they were called furries, but you would have some children in the school. There was actually way more than you could imagine who would identify as an animal. And the teachers were making everyone, and I presume they were to that child, they were, what's the word I'm looking for? They were, I'm lost for the words now, but they were making all of the other pupils address them by what they wanted to be addressed as an animal. Can you believe that? Obviously, that is the same thing with the, and it's, I'm not coming down on anybody, but I got to stand for what I think is right. But they're actually destroying the English language or languages. They're making a mockery of the language, and words are really important. It's like the framework of how our mind works. And so when you start calling people in the plural and this, that, and the other, what is it they call those things? Those are my, what do they call them? Those are my pronouns? Is that what they call them? Anyway, it's just absurd what's happening. That's degrading our society. It's clearly right in front of you. Another person that at least made this, put this right into the public arena was Matt Walsh. And you might have your grievances against him because a lot of people start getting into the political affiliations with all of that. But he makes a very valid point. Many valid points. You know, that question that he really brought up, which, you know, what is a woman? Can you believe that is where we're at today? Both my parents passed away 5 years ago and 2 years ago. My parents passed away. If I were to speak about that with my parents, my dad would have been shocked. How is it that in society we're trying to question who we are, how many sexes there are? And I'm sorry if that's offensive to you or to anybody else you know. You know what I mean? I apologize if that's offensive, but how did we get to a point where we're questioning like biological, foundational things that we've known for thousands of years, you know? Oh, that doesn't work. No. Oh, that goes in. That works. This is odd though. that was great. I saw somebody do that, and I just laughed. I laughed. Okay, because I want this to be happy, and we got to find happiness and have humor, all of the great human qualities. But like I said, I got to stand up for things that I truly believe in, and I want to be able to back up my opinions and my thoughts as well. If I can't back up my opinions, my thoughts, then I need to correct them. Okay, and there's a lot of things that are not making sense right now, and I'm telling you, we will pay a heavy price for that. We are paying a price for it. I see it happening. Okay, our society is falling. I see that. You let me know what you think. Tell me what you think, please, because you're part of this. But when you start seeing what's happening, you saw the Olympics. Okay, the Olympics was crazy. You had not one, you had a couple of males in the female division in boxing. They were knocking, I almost said a bad word there. They were knocking girls out. The other females in that division were scared to fight them. They won gold and silver, 2 males in the female division for boxing. What is going on? You see how it's pushed? It's an agenda. How does the federation or organization, whatever you call it, allow that to happen? That's through an agenda, through financing, through pressure, where they're pushing an abnormal world on us. And I don't want to see it. Sorry. Look, and it's dangerous, okay? I'm living in the States. I'm lucky. Am I lucky? But I've been able to see a lot. I live in a big city. Okay? I live in a big city. See if you can guess where I'm at. I live in a big city. And look, it's become law. Men can go in to women's bathrooms, women's changing rooms, and it's legal. You've got grown ass men with big dongs, hair everywhere, all that, and they're unchanging and showing themselves to could be a 4-year-old girl right next to them, a 5-year-old girl, any other woman, and they want that to be palatable and normal. And you know what? When you or whomever complains, even if the woman comes out of the woman's bathroom, changing rooms, and complains, she'll get in trouble. Oh, you're so understanding. You're so not inclusive. That's just nonsense. Sorry, but that's just nonsense. It's actually dangerous what's being done right now. That's absurd. I'm sorry. You let me know what you think, but I can't agree with it, and I'm not going to. And just want to circle back a little bit to lies, right? Because the extent to the lies is unfathomable. And I want to illustrate this to you guys, just because maybe some of you are not looking at it and you don't know about it, but I know that tons of you are, which is what's so amazing. Because even where I work, you know, I'm lucky. I'm so lucky. I've been blessed to, I work like an executive level in a large type of industry. And I've been blessed that I can look after my children because of that. And I've got the opportunity to see a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And I've mixed with very wealthy people, influential people, and I've had the opportunity to see all the divisions within a business and businesses integrating with each other. And it's enabled me to see a lot and see the lies. If you could see the decisions that are made, taking advantage of people, you wouldn't believe that it happens, but it does. So unscrupulous, complete lack of integrity. It's fully infiltrated all levels of our world system. I'm here just to share that with you. As terrible as it sounds, I'm here to share that with you. And again, I'll share more and more and more about my life and stuff as we move forward. And please give me your feedback. It's important to me to hear from you. So look, I question everything now. And I've paid a lot of attention currently to, let's say, outer space, that whole outer space genre. And I want you to tell me your opinions on this, right? Because I want to challenge you and you challenge me. I also got evidence though, right? So I never want to try and adopt anything just because I'm told it. So I wanted to really start looking at our planet, Earth, outer space. Okay, because this is the immensity of the deception. I mean, have we even been to outer space? And you might be listening to this and looking at me, but bear with me, okay? Hang in there, right? Did I lose anybody yet? I hope not. Hang in there. Challenge me, okay? Because this might be challenging for you. Good. It has to be. Did we even go to outer space? Did we go to the moon? Right? I don't think so now. I really don't think so. And comment, right? Let me know where you think I'm going with this. We're going to go somewhere with all of this. It's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. Because we can't get there all in one go, you know? But we'll get there. I'm going to get there with you. Okay? So hold my hand through this. All right? But did we go to the moon? And I'm serious. Okay? Look at the group, the organization that has been the foundation for the longest time. Let's say in America, right? Which is kind of, so for the Western world, the leading edge, right? NASA. Who is that? Okay. Start looking it up if you haven't already. Look into it, research it. There's so many great people doing amazing work on all of the different formats, YouTube, whatever. And I want you to study it. Just look at the NASA symbol with the letters. There's some outer space stuff there, right? And then there's that red line going through it. Just expand it out. You'll see what that red line is. That's the forked tongue of a snake. Everything is done right in front of us nowadays. That's what's so amazing about all of this, right? It's really happening. They do it right in front of you. They trick us and they tell us. They tell us. So NASA, you probably know this. If you don't, listen up. NASA was founded pretty much by nearly all of the old Nazi regime. After the Second World War, and the Catholic Church was the entity really doing all of this. Unbelievable, right? The Catholic Church helped so many of the war criminals, the Nazis, escape under the radar. The Catholic Church facilitated all of that. And America took tons and tons of the Nazi scientists, the physicists, the rocket scientists. NASA was created from those guys. Not the most trustworthy of sources, right? Okay, listen to my words. Pick out the important parts. That was an important part. How trustworthy is NASA if they were founded and created by all of the old Nazi regime? Okay? One of the head guys who worked with Hitler, one of the main, I don't know what you call them, engineers, rocket scientists, was Werner von Braun. And he led so much of the United States outer space programs. The space programs, what were the ships that went to space called? Apollos? I don't even know. I forgot. But going to the moon, right? I think he engineered all of that. He led all the teams and got all that stuff going. Werner von Braun. Okay? One of the top Nazis. Okay, and they lied to us. Now, I got a picture on this phone, so I can't grab it right now. But I have a picture of Werner von Braun's headstone, because obviously he's dead now. And on it, I think pretty much the only thing on it is his name, the dates he lived, and it says Psalm 19, verse 1. Now, scripture weighs heavily into a ton of the stuff I'm talking about. Heavy. We'll take you there. I don't know if you know, I've got it written here. Oh boy, where is it? It's over there. I'm not going to get it now. I got to get through this. Psalm 19:1. Psalm 19, verse 1. Read it. Look it up. Get your Bible. Go buy a Bible if you didn't. That's really important. It says something like, I'm not even remembering what it says now. Do I have the Bible right here? No. It says something like, and it showeth God's handiwork, the moon and the stars, the earth and the stars, and it shows God handiwork, the firmament in the sky. If you know your scripture, you know what that is, the firmament, what that is. That's an important word in this part, talking about space. Why has Werner von Braun on his headstone specifically outlined the very verse in scriptures that talks about and names categorically the firmament? That's insane, bruh. That is, look, let's just say that he is probably trying to repent. He feels really guilty about the life he led and the deception he led. And that's the way I'm seeing this. We're lied to about everything. And I believe they're lying about that. Okay? Just to piece you in and get you going on that if you don't know what the firmament is. The firmament is what in the beginning, Genesis, God created the land and the earth. The firmament separated the waters. And after the Lord pulled out the land from the sea, from the oceans, from the water, the firmament also separated the land and the sky from the waters above. And it's impenetrable. That was God's creation, God's barrier. There ain't nothing going through it. And so why did Werner von Braun put that on his headstone? Okay? Being somebody that had gone to the moon, gone all the way out to other places, right? There's something very telling about that. So it's just unbelievable, and everything else gets more and more confirmed. Look at the pictures with the astronauts. They're meant to be constantly out in orbit, in outer space, right? In the International Space Station. But we constantly see glitches. You can pull up, and people will pull up hundreds, non-stop, different images. You can see they're using green screen. They're using CGI. The same people that are in Hollywood are in NASA, in outer space. They create images. You see wires holding up people. I'm sure the women got their hair sprayed up and they're talking about gravity or non-gravity. None of it makes sense. You see astronauts' arms disappear, glitches. The man just fades out and then fades back in. If they're lying about those things, then what are they not lying about? Like it just blows my mind. I mean, it's just the level of deception is through the roof. I'm just going through these little points so that I get it home to you. You gotta believe me. But in actual fact, don't believe me. Look it up for yourself. Okay? That's actually what I do want to say, is do not believe me. Do your own research. Okay? Find out for yourself. Don't take what I say or anyone else for the truth. Find out for yourself. Use your own head, your own brain. Please do that for me. All right? And look, I even think, if I'm wrong, please correct me on this, because this would be terrible if I got this wrong. But when I was a youngster back in the UK, we were all watching the Challenger shuttles. It used to all be the space shuttle back then when I was younger. They would send the space shuttle into orbit. And there was one time it was really big on the news because they were sending civilians up. It was the first time civilians were going up. And the Challenger shuttle blew up. And they were all killed, right? There was a female teacher, all that kind of stuff. And those astronauts and those civilians were killed. Now, please forgive me if I'm incorrect about this, but I think I was seeing that itself was a lie. I think that they found a couple of those people that were on that space shuttle that so-say exploded. They found those people and they would follow them, try to interview them, talk to them, and they would just run away embarrassed, obviously, because they're trying to hide the truth of all of that and hide who they are, right? But if that's true, I mean, can you believe it? I got to fact check myself on that. Fact check me, please. But I believe that's really true. That's crazy, yo. So this is where I'm at. And then look, I work with this guy a lot now, like every day pretty much. I'm talking to this guy. I see this person out of work and we're colleagues at work. This person knows Buzz Aldrin, one of the people that walked on the moon. He knows Buzz Aldrin. He was with him in his home. And at that opportunity there, Buzz took the opportunity. Buzz, I always remember, was kind of a cool guy. He was a man's man. He was a cool guy. He took the opportunity to give my friend, my colleague at work, to give him a signed picture of him in his spacesuit, I suppose. And he gave him the picture. He said, look, here, let me sign this for you. He said, but look, you, just between me and you right now, right here, I didn't go there. We never went there. Okay? That's what I know. And I know that my colleague has nothing to gain from that. We speak to each other about a lot of different things, and my colleague is not going to be telling lies about this. So can you believe what I just said to you? That's the level of where it's at, of lies. And like I said, I like to look at everything now and scrutinize it. Rex. I'm going to work through it. Rex, it's okay. Settle down. Shh. Hey, Rex. Rex, settle down. It's okay. Settle down. Shh. I gotta finish this up because it's taking me a long time. But shh. It's okay, boy. Like, everything around us is deceit, and I want us to be aware of it, and then we can start doing our real work. Because if we don't know what's happening, we're not going to be able to see the deceit. You're not going to recognize any enemy, and you will not be able to move forward in the right way. So it's important what we're doing right now. Hang in there, hold tight. We're getting there. So why is this happening? Why is this happening? How can we believe this is even really happening, and why is it happening? All I can tell you is that it's real. All of these authority figures, famous people, the people we know, our presidents, our prime ministers, they're fake people. I don't even know if they're human. We're gonna look into that more and more. They're not. They're not. Some of them are. A lot of them are not. They're corrupted DNA. They're literally not human. They're clones. I'm just trying to slowly lead us into these types of things. But we're going to talk about this a lot, and it's very important. Look at, for example, Bill Gates. I shouldn't say words, right? Look at Billy Slate, right? I mean, these people, you got to start understanding who they are, these influential people. We're fed lies, okay? We're given these stories that this person created the computer in his parents' garage, in his basement. He just happened to create, the computer and started creating this computer line that was revolutionary, created the most massive computer organization known to man, dominating the internet, creating the most wealthy, influential companies the world's ever known. He just did that in his garage with his parents above the house, right? Him and a buddy. It doesn't happen like that. I'm telling you, it doesn't happen like that. And you might be saying, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, it doesn't happen like that. Comment, let me know. Give me your feedback. Do you know where I'm going with this? All right? Think about this. It doesn't happen like this. These people are given knowledge in exchange for worship. Serious. Okay? Just listen to what I said right there. Play it back. Okay? I'm not joking. I know this to be true. Just start looking at how people got to where they are. Look at their background. Start researching people. Look at Silly Slate's family. The agenda they were pushing before he became prominent. Look at who his parents were and what they did, what they stood for. You'll be horrified. Okay? These people are nefarious. And then it just turns out that this guy becomes one of the most influential rich people in the world. Oh, and it just turns out that he's pushing like the same agenda his whole family was before him. Right? That guy is pushing horrific agendas. What he's doing, experimenting on people all around the world, pushing all kinds of things, right? He's a big time arm poker, creating those things, vaccines, creating those and pushing them all around the world and trying to put them in people. Mass murder. Serious, right? And then look at Look at another friend who's really, really renowned and well known. Teflon Fusk. You know what I'm talking about, right? I shouldn't really say too much. It doesn't. I want these videos to get out. Just look at that guy. Research him. Okay. Like we're supposed to believe his story. Research his family and what they've done, what they've stood for, who they've worked with in the past. Start researching who that person is, Teflon Husk. Where he came from. Is he even human? I'm telling you, people get given knowledge, given position in exchange for worship. It's real. Believe me, this is real. It's happening. As unbelievable as it may sound, right? If you don't believe me, then don't, but challenge me. But I want you to do your research and start looking into it. If I'm wrong, correct me. But these people are selected, just like the politicians. They're selected. They're put in these positions. They're given this knowledge. Like, look at Teflon Husk. Like when he was younger, and look at who he did it with. Peter Schmiel, right? Another massive prominent figure. They created PayPal together. That was their first thing. So he was like a financial expert, Teflon Fusk, right? Created PayPal, did all that stuff. Next thing, he's creating robots in a massive level, self-driving cars, the most technologically advanced cars. Then he's an astrophysicist. He's creating SpaceX. He's sending rockets into outer space, right? What else is this guy capable of doing? Turns out pretty much everything, right? Like, how do you go? Like, how is that possible? Yeah, it's not possible. I know it's not possible, right? Like, Teflon Fusk is the head engineer of SpaceX. Like, where did he get that knowledge from? When he was younger, he wasn't researching, and we're like, oh, he's what do they call that word? He's like a savant. He's on another level. Like, oh yeah, he's on another level. But I'm telling you, these people are downloaded these knowledges, ancient knowledge. It's gifted to them in exchange for worship. Straight up. I'm not joking. I'm not holding anything back. So please look into things, because I got to start wrapping this up. I've started to scratch the surface with stuff. I've started to elaborate on the world around us so that it can help you to see what's happening, to help you to see why maybe you think the way you do, why you feel lost sometimes, why you feel like the world is maybe closing in on you, because things are being done to you and I. Right? They're being done to you. They're being done to your family. These things are being done to my little babies, and I don't like it. So I want to find the answers, the solutions to fight back against this. I want to give that to you as well, the way that you fight back. So we're going to fight back together. Okay? Believe me, we're in this together. Don't believe the things that I've said. I want you to go and do your own research. Keep an open mind, please, to everything I've said. You might think I'm a little crazy now, but don't, because I'm not a stupid guy. Okay? But I am here today, standing in front of you, telling you these things. It's my obligation. I have to do this. This is my work. And I'm very passionate about sharing these things. And I'm so excited to be here with you and go through this with you. Now, we've said some pretty dark things, but you gotta believe me that this is happening. And what we're gonna do is not get down. We're gonna be stronger than the enemy and what's being done to us. We're going to find a way to be stronger. We're going to find a way to be happy. Okay? You have to. You got no other choice. Don't go down. You're not going to go down. You're going to start bettering yourself and you're going to find the solutions. We're going to do this together. I'm going to inspire you and we're going to get it done. So I want to wrap this up by just saying a couple of positive things. Okay? I was telling you how I would sometimes be a little bit disillusioned, how I can get down. And there's constant reminders as to how can I even be that way and get down? I saw the most beautiful thing the other day on YouTube. This was from the UK, in fact, where this guy would go around in public with his cell phone and he would just approach people, strangers on the street, and ask them to give him a few minutes. He would show them his work and say, hey, I do creative artwork. Can I just take some photos of you and share them? And he met this girl. He stopped her getting off the bus and she was so kind and beautiful. And she was wheelchair bound. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm going to miss my bus, but it's okay. I can get another one. What is it you needed? And she was so kind and beautiful and was speaking to him, sharing about her day and who she was. And she presented herself so beautiful, her clothing, her hair. And she was sharing with him how sometimes her life is tough. She's wheelchair bound. And she was sharing how, sometimes she can maybe get down because she has to deal with chronic pain all day long. And this person was so positive and presented herself so beautiful. And she was an inspiration to me. It made me want to tear up looking at her and her sharing herself and presenting herself so beautifully and giving someone the time of day and communicating so positively to someone. It was so amazing to see. So I don't have any reason to be down. And yet I can sometimes try and be down. And so there's no reason for me to be down. I wanted to just pass that on to you, that little story. And we have to be uplifting. That's what I want to do for you, right? We do. We have to be uplifting. I have to share positive things with you, and you have to share positive things with other people. What I'm sharing now is, again, a very important part of this video. All right? You have to be the truth and the light to someone else. You have to be positive inspiration to someone else. That's my message to you. I want you to do that for somebody. I'm trying to do that for you. And I know that you're going to help me and you're going to stay connected to me and you're going to help me to be inspired and to do that. Okay? What I want you to do today is what we were talking about, which is not doing what the enemy wants. Okay? So I want you to be happy and I want you to do it with your friends. Do it with the people you know. Maybe you got to start there. But I want you to go out and I want you to give a sincere, genuine smile to someone. I want you to give that, to pass on that true, real, human, beautiful connection. And I know it seems hard. It might be hard for you or some, but I want you to do that. That's your homework. Please do that for me. Okay? I need you to go out and I want you to be kind and give someone out there on the street a genuine smile. Okay? And at that moment when you do it, even if they don't reciprocate that smile, I guarantee you will have affected them. You laid a seed. Okay? Later that day, maybe the next day, maybe a week later. That little seed, they're going to recall that someone cared for them, gave them a sincere human interaction that was caring. You brought care into the world. You transferred and communicated care and love, right? That's important, man. That's so important. So please, I can't wait to see you further, to see you again. I'm going to try and put out some more content and connect with you again. I wanted to lay a foundation today. This is my first video I've ever done, and I'm not going to edit it. I hope I did a great job for you. I hope I laid a seed in you, and I hope I conveyed some positivity to you, and I opened your eyes. And I do have to wrap this up. I don't know how long I've been talking. I'll talk forever with this stuff. I love this stuff. It's passionate, and I want to transfer that to you. I want to transfer my own sincere smile to you. And please do that last little thing what we were talking about. Go out there and affect somebody today. Smile. Give someone a big smile and share a little bit of love today to a stranger. Thank you so much for joining me and my family and for being here today. It is so appreciated. I value this more than anything. Thank you so much. Goodbye.